Welcome to ZKast Live, everybody. I'm Zeus Caraval from ZK Research, and I'll be your host for this session. I'm here live at GITEX with Simon Harrison, CMO of Avaya. Simon, why don't you say hello to everybody?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, and actually before we get started, I just want to give a quick shout out to eWeek, my media partner for ZK Research. All ZKasts are done in conjunction with the eWeek eSpeaks program. Now, Simon, we are here at GITEX, and Avaya has been a staple of the show for years.
Yep.
And I know at this show, you always use it to announce interesting new things, and this was no different this year.
No.
So Avaya announced something called Experience Builders. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what that is and why it's important?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been an exciting announcement this year in particular, because Avaya Experience Builders is the complement to what we describe as the Composable platform. So we're doing wonderful things with the technology, and we can talk some more about that in a moment. But when you shift the way you provide the technology, you've got to shift the way that you resource it. So Avaya Experience Builders takes advantage of Avaya expertise, channel and technology partner expertise, developer ecosystem, customer expertise, and tries to create more of a fusion team across those entities to enjoy the benefits of what we call experience thinking. So experience builders are actually composing solutions for quite specific experiences, and that's really the key theme of what we're trying to achieve.
Yeah, that's interesting, because I know Avaya has gone through this transformation of being primarily an on-prem company to a cloud company to a composable back end.
Yeah.
But if you're going to be building composable apps, you then need your developer program, if you will, to also be composable in a way, and that's what this does.
Absolutely right. Yeah. I mean, it is a marriage that you have to consider. If you go back a while, we used to do product-based selling. Here's what we got. Come and pick what you want. Then it was solution-based selling. We want to understand a bit more about your business so we can propose a solution. Now people buy outcomes, people buy experiences. And to truly deliver on that ambition and to realize the potential of these experiences you can create, you need to think about resourcing it entirely differently. And that's the kind of essential ingredient, because the risk is you can have a wonderful platform like the One Cloud platform designed to compose quite precise experiences for people, and it doesn't get fully exploited because the people are still the old PS guy approach or developer guy approach. Really, it's more about composers, and that can be across our developer ecosystem, traditional ecosystem, but also as part of the way technology partners want to innovate now. They want to compose together. So, we've seen a few technology partners out here today just chatting about what they could compose together. And it's a wonderful thing, and it's a great example of the ways to exploit the benefits of a composable platform.
Yeah, that's interesting, because it used to be ask your developer, right? That was what we did, but now it's ask your gamer, ask your end user, ask your C-level executive, right? And so this concept of how you create unique experiences is something that I guess is really been disseminated across everybody today.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's a wonderful thing if you think about it. If you consider the concept, and let's describe it crudely, let's say we were deploying some contact center-led application to give that speed to value, but then the customer said, I want you to compose something quite precise for our customers, and so we had that extensibility, okay? So we said, okay, let's grab a few of the great guys in the services org at Avaya, let's put them on this project, and then we said, actually, these partners, they've got a few key guys that have done some great work here, let's put them in the project, and then let's grab some of those customers as part of those resources as part of this customer that's working with cloud apps, that's working with the API economy because they're doing AI. Imagine bringing them all into the same room, giving them a big digital board and saying, right, now define the experiences that you really want to create using experience thinking as a fusion team. That's really the sort of power of the Experience Builder program, is to try and realize that potential, and again, to truly exploit the power of this composable platform, because it's phenomenal in what we can achieve.
Yeah, now the Experience Builder program in some ways is a culmination of the transformation that Avaya has been going through.
Yeah.
I think if you were to ask a lot of people 5 years ago what was Avaya, that you'd say, well, you make contact center unified communications.
That's right.
But that's not the case anymore, right? You're
No.
an experience company.
Absolutely.
And so what exactly does that mean, though?
Well, we are really quite tuned in to what's happening in and around us. You know, citizens and customers are enjoying the benefits of this booming experience economy, and it's been informed by the most innovation we've seen in the last decade, as compared to any previous decade. You know, the IR4 thing. We've seen all kinds of advancements in medical science and space travel, and driverless cars getting a driving license, and exoskeletons letting people walk again, informing all this innovation in our devices, our phones, our wearables, our smart devices, and so on. And it's changed the way that we expect to get things done. It's offered the opportunity to buy by reviews, to use conscious biases to change what's recommended, to do all kinds of things that support our ambition to get things done or to solve problems every day. And when you look at the solutions to offer ways to improve the opportunity there, it typically tends to be, let's buy an app for that, like a ZKast app. Let's buy a single app that we're going to expect to accommodate the end-to-end journey for this customer in that single app. It's not going to work anymore. Those days are over.
Yeah.
You've got to think about the fact that this is a different world. We have all of this potential around the devices and the experiences that we enjoy every day. Let's tap into that with composed solutions that really tease out the experiences people want. And so our platform strategy, everything we do here at Avaya, is to deliver on that strapline, experiences that matter. Experiences that matter to people like you and I, Aziz. That's, those extra few words at the end, right?
Yeah.
To you and I is
not just
what,
to the IT pro.
Exactly
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
The value that's created to end customers and citizens is what this company is all about.
Yeah, that's an interesting pivot, because a lot of your competitors still largely market to the IT pro without really thinking of the user, right?
Yeah.
Now, I know earlier this year, Avaya launched something called Avaya One Cloud. Right? And there's a couple of products that hang off that: Avaya One ZKast, your contact center as a service, and Avaya Spaces.
Yes.
But we were chatting this morning how those really aren't the products per se. The programmable back end is, right? So explain sort of the relationship that One Cloud has to your experience builders and even the two products I mentioned.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a great reference in so much as Avaya Spaces is actually an example of a composed application. It's got the online video capabilities. You can chat, you can have calls, you can collaborate live, and then it's got posts and task-based features that are a bit like project management features, and the ability to define channels. We call them a space that's dedicated to a certain objective or a task, setting up the GITEX stand, for example, throw a load of people in there. They've got everything they need to engage, think out loud as part of that sort of workstream collaboration benefit. But you can decompose this thing and recompose it into something that looks completely different. And that's what we've seen on the stands here today. We've seen some wonderful examples. Obviously, the Toolwire example is a great one where they're providing a learning platform that's recomposed what is a composed solution to begin with into something entirely new. That combinatorial innovation. Take something, add a few other things, and you've got something really different and really quite actually valuable to those people like you and me.
Yeah.
So this is exactly what we anticipate being able to help customers sprint to value through examples of a composed app. ZKast will have has all the core capabilities you expect from a ZKast app, but it also has all these wonderful extra capabilities that you can compose. And there's no limits to this. We can compose as part of a combination of a workstream collaboration app, or a UCaaS app and a ZKast app, but then that's just the beginning. We can start going ad infinitum into all kinds of other app areas as part of this composed design.
So I should think of one cloud as a box of Lego,
right,
and then spaces as some finished Lego, but not the only thing you can build with a Lego.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah, you can you break those blocks down, have fun creating something entirely new.
Now, I know as an analyst, and you as a former analyst, but now a marketing person, we often get accused of talking about things at such a high level that it's hard to make sense of it. So let's talk examples here.
Okay.
And one of the things that impressed me about the Avaya stand here at GITEX is the number of actual real composable applications that are here. And so you mentioned Toolwire. Can you just give us a little more example, a little more clarity on what that is?
So Toolwire is quite fascinating to look at. If you watch the demo, you'll see these things that you can relate to if you've already had an Avaya Spaces demo. You'll see the ability to chat and engage live and so on. But then what they've done is they've combined with classroom, the modern approach to classroom training. Not just trying to recreate classroom training, but added things like gamification and the ability to create learning blocks, have different breakout sessions, all the things that are going to actually excite, we would argue, students into wanting to use this way to learn what it is they want to learn. And so it's a perfect example of not only being able to, tactically something composed, but it's also realizing the potential of this evolved experience economy in the way students want to learn, and really recreates a different dynamic in the learning itself. This is kind of multiplication effect of composability that is even now still being, starting to be exploited. It's really quite wonderful.
Hi, David Clark here from Toolwire. We've built Spaces Learning in combination with our friends at Avaya. We've taken their Spaces synchronous collaboration tool and integrated into our award-winning learning experience platform to create an all-in-one asynchronous, synchronous experience. It has AI curation, experiential learning, analytics, virtual labs, everything you need to help bring learning to life.
We've got various vendors. New Day is another one. They've done some great things as part of composing. They're using some of their own innovation. They're using Google Contact Center AI, combining with our applications, the composing a new way to augment experiences for advisors. And it's just this, it's quite extraordinary. We could probably go on forever talking about all kinds of customer examples here, but the net effect, the headline is that not only are we realizing better ways to do these things, but we're also, and this is key, enabling ways and it's encouraging these different guys composing these things to come together too, right? As I touched on before, our Journey AI guy, I looked across a moment ago, was chatting to our Toolwire guy, and they're talking about co-creation and composing solutions that combine in all kinds of cool ways, using the sprint to value application as well as the extensibility too. And that's really cool. If you think about the Apple ecosystem, people go off and they create apps by themselves. Now imagine these guys are all talking to each other and saying, well, wow, what could we do if we thought together? That's another key part of the Avaya Experience program, exploiting this platform. I hope that was useful.
Yeah, the New Day example was interesting. What I thought was fascinating about that is it wasn't just Avaya tools.
No.
Right? You mentioned you're using Google's contact center intelligence as well. So the Experience Builder program is about helping people build experiences with Avaya, but also your technology partners such as Google and NVIDIA and things like that.
Yeah, we're bringing everyone together like a big friendly family.
Yeah.
This is the thing actually that is perhaps maybe not necessarily appreciated, but not understood as well. It is creating an ecosystem where we get technology partners seeing the value in working more closely together, because we're all realizing this multiplication of effect of doing that as part of these composed solutions for these really fantastic experiences and these use cases for these experiences that you just could never have imagined before with a monolithic app mindset, a canned app kind of thinking. It just wouldn't get you there.
Yeah, the example I really liked that there was the digital real estate platform built for EMAR, because that was in the industry we talk a lot about UC-CC integration, but nobody can ever give me a good example of why I need that other than purchase order integration, and that's not that exciting.
No.
But this was a digital real estate platform in which it had components of Spaces and components of of ZKast, and it brought them together to allow the salespeople to actually give a true virtual experience of commercial real estate. And during the pandemic, as we know, that had to go that way. So I thought that was pretty fascinating.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'd like your support with purchasing a 3-bedroom villa. And I'm interested in the vicinity of Dubai Hills. Would you be able to match anything?
That's great. That's amazing. And just so you know, we are giving amazing discounts for this new property that we're launching. So I will just share with you my screen very quickly to take you through the floor plan, just so you can have a better visibility of what we are talking about.
I guess we're reasonably focused on this dissolution of the front and back office divide, right? You still hear it, people give a demo, they're going to pass over to the back office and they've made it easier to pass to the back office. Wrong. You need to dissolve this thing. The customer experience center is part of the digital workplace, and they should be working in a more cohesive way, because it's all about the value to the customer. And the journeys we go on, don't shoot the messenger. They're organizational wide. If you apply for a mortgage, you touch almost every department, and that means communication and collaboration capabilities that are thought about, that are composed to deliver on the experiences across every touch point someone may have in a mortgage application journey. So this is the value that, you're right, we can fundamentally speed to value, ZKast, UKast benefits combined, but then expanding on that with the composability too.
Yeah, I think what sums it up best was when on the panel you did with New Day, where Jesper from there talked about how you can't give a good quality CX without a good quality EX, which is employee experience. And so I think anytime you put together a process in which you make the employee the integration point for data, you're going to frustrate customers.
Oh, absolutely. So, absolutely right, sir. And with that in mind, we're all, as part of the ambition is to recognize that you can't define a customer experience without defining the employee experience as part of that design. That combined UX design thinking, that experience thinking is essential to the realization of these quite progressive applications or quite progressive composed solutions for extraordinary use cases. We're seeing some really wonderful applications actually.
Well, Simon, thanks. That was a great update on what Experience Builders is. I'm glad we provided some real life examples, because those are hard to come by sometimes. And I do want to pass along a note of congratulations. I know at the Future Tech Awards, Avaya won Best Experience Platform. So I think that validation that your strategy with OneCloud is actually moving in the right direction. And you were named CMO of the Year. So congratulations.
I'm very proud moment. I would argue that obviously it's all on the team. They're the best team in the business. But yes, it was great to go up and get that award on all of our behalf. It was wonderful.
So anyway, Simon Harrison, CMO of Avaya, thanks for joining me. Don't forget to click to subscribe, and I'll see you next time on ZKast.